Let's talk about three new designs. These are all done in Canva around this topic of, we're calling it revival, but really what we mean is maybe you have a special event at your church where you're just gathering the people in the congregation to come and do some sort of like a deeper spiritual activity of some kind. Maybe it's a service, maybe it's a series of services. It could be something like a worship night. Other churches might call it a conference. Back in the day, I remember going to camp meeting services. So in this set of designs, we're calling it revival. We work with several churches all across the country, and there's a bunch of different things that this is called. But it's just a special, usually 1 or 2 or 3 day, maybe sometimes a week long deeper spiritual journey that churches take from time to time. A lot of churches will do this maybe during the spring season. Like they might take a week or so to have special guest speakers come in, maybe a special musical guest. Again, this could be over one day or multiple days, and we're just calling it revival just for this purpose. But here's the idea. We have three different designs. Each design is it's a little bit outside the box. These designs are designed to be attention grabbing and allow for like guest speakers to be inserted into some of these if that's what you're doing. It's very kind of a simple design, trendy, modern, designed to get your attention, and able to insert more information into it depending on, if you do have a special guest or maybe a special activity of some kind that you're going to be engaging with and you want to promote that. So the first design is for a simple. It's a simple design. It's designed for people that are maybe a little bit more religious. It's got the dove, kind of that religious imagery, kind of pointing back to the Holy Spirit through the scriptures, and so it's got that feel to it. We're using a modern font. It's a modern design. It's very simple. We've got some phrases here that are, biblical phrases. All of these are editable. In fact, I'm going to copy this design so that I don't alter the original, but I'm going to show you a little bit of how we change it. So this dove is editable. We can move it around. The font is editable. We can move that around. So again, if you call it maybe conference, that's a lot of churches we work with. They call it conference. They do a conference of some kind, and they gather people together for a conference. So again, you can make the change on that. The background layer is editable as well. You can use the layers panel to get to those background layers and make edits to them. Okay. Okay. The layers panel is a great tool that helps you to get to things that are maybe hidden or below other objects. This is in Canva. Okay. So this one, again, more elegant, has a bit of a religious or a biblical feel to it. This next one here is this design is a bit more modern. It's got the hands lifted up in like worshiping hands in the background. So it really sets the tone for like what this event is all about. Then we have a message, a subtitle of Awaken Your Faith. The main title of the event is in the background here with revival. And then we have the date. The church branding is down in the lower left with some other phrasing around it. And then we do have some smaller phrases that are just graphic elements, really, that are part of that. So, again, both designs, we're including date and time. And then we also have some little phrases that are helping to give a little bit of clarity about the event itself and the vision of the event itself. Again, we've seen churches do this to kind of rally the church congregation. Typically, this isn't going to be something that is outsider focused, although you could attract people that are church people that go to other churches to then come to this event. So that is something that we've seen happen as you promote this and get it out there. Typically, again, we see this happen in the spring and in the fall, probably like October, maybe even November. This might be something that churches do in the spring or fall. We have seen like July, midsummer. That's also been a time where if it's an internal event, it's kind of for the church family. You might do something in July, like midsummer, that is focused primarily on building up the church family, or the church congregation might be another way to put that. This third design definitely is bold. It captures your attention. The message is repeated over and over and over in the background. We've got a nice little graphic treatment happening here. So it grabs your attention. We got these bold blocks that provide the information, and the logo itself is here. And then we have like messaging, extra messaging on the right hand side. If you did want to drop in like a guest speaker, let me show you what I mean by that is maybe you have a guest speaker that's coming. You can use the tools in Canva to just drop that in very quickly. Maybe you want a photo. Let's use this guy since it's right there. Here's our guest speaker. Kind of size that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then if you want to include his name, I'm just going to go ahead and build this out for you so you can kind of see what this looks like to use Canva as a tool and how we would go about, doing some of these updates. This is a 20-point font over here. So I'm going to use a 20-point font. One of the rules from a design perspective is that you never want to use too many fonts. Like we try to use only 2 fonts, at the most 3 when we design something. The more fonts you have, the more confusing the design looks. So that's why I'm using this exact same font. I'm going to shrink down the spacing, and then we're going to make up his name. We're going to say his name is Matthew Johnson. Okay. And then I'm going to turn that into a black bar so that it matches the rest of, there we go. Okay. And then for some churches, you might want to put like who he is, like the title. And if that's the case, then I would just extend that bar. Maybe he's the pastor in Dallas. I don't know. I'm just going to put that. I'm just making that up. But I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like to maybe expand the information to include a little bit more about who your guest speaker is. Okay. All right. So this is the design layout that we're providing for you. If you're part of our client base, you get this for included into your subscription, but then we also send you all the resizes. So we like to resize these for social media. We also resize it for a poster, some sort of lobby type poster. And then we also resize it for an invite card. So like a business card sized invite that can slip really easily into a wallet. And then of course the main graphic is going to be the one that you see here, which is 1920 by 1080, designed for a screen for the auditorium or maybe for the lobby as well. Okay, hopefully this is helpful. We want to do these videos to give you ideas on what to promote, why you would promote these type of things at your church, and then also give you like design ideas on what the meaning is behind design, or even some design principles as you're putting together your designs to promote activities and events and things that are happening at your church. All right, my name is Michael with Church Brain Guide. Thanks for joining me on this video.